Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Bizchicks TV. This is the place to be for tips, tools, strategies, and everything you need to take the hassle out of your hustle so that you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Today is Tuesday. We have the digital diva in the house, Terry Johnson, online from New York City. She's going to talk to us about some things that we need to hear today happening hot in social media. So, without further ado, here's TJ.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another marketing chat. I'm glad everybody is here. It's summertime, it's hot. I got my fan going, got my water, because we are going to talk a lot today. I feel it. I feel it. So, we're calling this today the name of the game. And what I mean by name of the game is what's going on with Threads. So, let's get the latest on Threads. So if you don't know, Threads is a new app from Meta, which has just taken off. It's over 100 million signups users right now, and of course everybody's talking about it on the news. I have not caught the news lately, but I just know because I've read, on my Google app, I go and I get the news there. So it is a text, was not text only, it's text based post similar to Twitter. It is not a Twitter killer. The CEO of Instagram says it is not designed as a Twitter killer. If you want to take that as you may. Now the deal is that when you sign up with Threads, you have to have an Instagram account. So I hear some people saying, well, it's not really like a new app because you have to have an Instagram account, but it is a new app because new things are happening on that app. So we're going to get into all of that today, but we're also going to talk about um, why you need to be there. That is one of the questions that has come up. I have put up a couple of posts. Let me see. And if you don't mind, I'm not going to bring it up on the screen because I want you to go to Instagram and I want to hear your opinion. I want to know if you agree with me. If you agree, like it, make a comment. If you don't, leave it alone. But I put up a thread. See, I'm already talking. I put up a thread. I put up a post with the reminder, and it says you don't have to do more. You only have to do. There's a picture of Beyonce from her tour, and I'm gonna read the caption, and it's basically I'm talking about people talking about not needing another social media app. Why do we need it? Blah blah blah. I've seen a lot of talk like that on Facebook, especially. And I wanted to put in my thoughts that yes, it's a new app. No, you don't have to use it. No, you don't have to download it. You don't have to use it. If it's too much for you, too much overwhelm, another app, please don't download it. Don't. You won't be missing anything. Nobody's forcing you to use the new app. Now, I put in here my words. The smart move would be to join and reserve your brand name if you choose to use it in the future. And you might want to use it in the future and you go over there. And I'm not sure how this works because it's connected to Instagram. Your username may already be reserved. I have not looked into that because everybody that wanted it went over and got it. They didn't ask any questions. Um, so another thing I've seen on their other state that they want a distraction-free place for simple conversations that are not business related. And then I talk about the strategy, which is what we're going to talk about the strategy, and I'll come back to that. But basically, that's it. So Threads is the new app from Meta. It's the fastest growing new app. It's over 100 million users downloads. They said, like, I forgot the number of Threads conversations that are going on. And I'm going to say point blank, this is going to be the app. I feel it. This is going to be the app. For a
Yeah.
couple of things that I just stated, that it's a distraction-free place. People feel freer to say what they want to say. They don't have to curate a look of a visual photo or reel. They don't have to dance like little. They don't have to do that. Now, Threads, you can put up video up to five. I think it's a 5 minute length video. You can put in images. There's also some gift things going on, but you don't have to. It could be straight text like Twitter. And here's another observation that I got from being on the app, being on the play. So I've gone out of the app, gone to Twitter, looked at the conversation about threads. I've gone to Facebook, listened and looked about the conversation about threads. I've gone to Instagram. And this is the thing is that a lot of people are saying they missed out on the ground floor of Twitter. They don't want to miss out now. That's what's happening. They don't want to miss out. They don't want to miss out. So anything, so let me stop. Anybody have any questions or anything we want to clarify before we go into the strategy?
Okay, so what I found out that I was 720 something thousand of the people, the first 700, I got in on the first million.
Okay.
So when you go to Instagram and you look at your Instagram, it'll tell you your threads number, where you came in on threads.
Yeah, people are calling it the inmate number because it looks like an inmate number. So let me stop you for a minute there, because one of the people I follow, he's an entrepreneur. Actually, I think we talked about him a while back, that he had a show on entrepreneurship on one of the cable channels.
Yes.
So I followed him and he said, "Oh, everybody," he says, "I'm number something, something, something. Is there anybody that got in on a million?" So I screenshot mine because mine is 61,382.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Whoa, you're an early adopter." I was like, "Well, not really, because I pay attention to things. That's my job. If I'm not paying attention to what's going on in marketing, then what good am I?"
Right. And I got in at 70 something, 700 something, because I was following TJ. I was like, wait a minute.
Right. But see, here again, I don't want to get into the numbers of, okay, well, this person has 16 million followers on Instagram. Yeah. Nobody's going to follow me or listen to me on threads. That's not true.
That is absolutely correct, because somebody that I follow, they put a post out about a challenge about not complaining for 24 hours. I posted that or reposted that, and then I replied to that, and I said challenge accepted, right? Mm-hmm. They like the thing. Sometimes people and this person has got a lot of people to talk to and follow and whatever, so who am I to say something and they're gonna respond back? But they did.
See, and that's what's happening. Conversation. And while you're talking, I went to threads, and there's right now there's a post that the brands are starting, like it's DoorDash, Cinnabon. Okay, Cinnabon started it. I am a cinnamon roll. DoorDash reposted and said, "I am a delivery app." Starbucks reposted and said, "I am coffee." Now, I saw this thread because somebody I follow on Instagram and threads has posted what they said, "I am writing in social media." Mm-hmm. So if I reply to, I can go to Starbucks and reply to that, because it's got 8,512 replies, 26,682 likes. Now, what happens when I get on this, when I jump on this conversation? Someone's going to see me who doesn't follow me at all on any platform.
Correct.
But they're here because of attention. Attention is the name of the game.
And that is what's happening right here. I saw something from Mr. Mosseri. If you let me.
Go ahead. What?
And this is a thread that happened 3 hours ago. He says, with so many people joining at Threads so fast these last days, 6 days, the team has been entirely focused on keeping the lights on and fixing bugs. But we're starting to prioritize the obvious missing features, like a following feed, the edit button, woohoo, okay, and post search. We're clearly way out over our skis on this, but the team is pumped to start shipping improvements this week. We get an edit button, TJ.
Listen, I know all of that stuff is coming. I've been on the app since Wednesday night. There's the complaints. There's the people that want this, and they want their mansion. They want a pre-built mansion, when I know what goes into making a new app. Even though this is Meta and they've got tons of coders and engineers and money and this and that, it still takes effort to put on something new. You're putting on a new show. So they knew that there were going to be a lot of people. I think Zuckerberg said this goes beyond their wildest expectations. They didn't think this thing would take off like that, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But they built it lean and mean, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Because we're still in beta. This is still beta. This is like beta level 2. Like the public gets in. And then they go, they try to say, well, what's I'm thinking of Star Trek and what's his name at the control saying, I'm giving it all she's got.
Oh,
When he said, give me more power, give me more. Kirk says, give me more something. And Scotty is back there with the knobs. I'm giving it all she's got, sir. Or something he says like that. That's what's happening right now.
Exactly.
People are using it. People like it. They want this, that, and the other. They want an edit button. They wanted this. I even made a complaint because I went in and started seeing crazy stuff from people that I would never follow. I don't follow them. I don't follow these people. Why are they in my feed? So they're building a following feed. I hope that's the first thing because I want to go in and see the people that I follow. And then if I want to go discover ESPN or something that I would never follow, I have that option. So they're putting that in.
Right, and that's the first thing on the list. Missing features like a following feed. Okay.
Right. So I'm glad that Adam came out and said that they're overwhelmed. They're trying, and this is Meta. People, Meta is overwhelmed. So they didn't think it was going to be this big. It's beta level 2, which means put it out as is, let the public use it so they can break it. They can use it. That way they can stress test it and see where the weaknesses are. Then they got a group of developers who said, get that following feed, get that edit button, get that. What else is on the list? I know following feed, edit button, something else.
Post search,
hashtags. Those things they have to. That's why I bring up the Star Trek thing where the engineers down there like, I'm giving it all. I think Kirk says warp speed or something like, and he's trying to get it in there. That's what's happening.
Right, and Scotty's like, wait, I'm
giving it all she's got, sir.
And we got a comment here from Mark. Mark says, hey, Mark. I am grateful for the edit button for all of you that make incessant, unruly, embarrassing posting errors.
And I'm seeing people have posted that like, don't at me because I made an error because there's no edit. So I would say until the edit gets here, maybe delete it and redo it.
That's what we had to do on Twitter.
That's what I had to do on Twitter. We had to, we had to do that.
And put it back after you.
Right. So now, before I get into the strategy of why you should be on as a business, okay, as a business, we're talking business use. I want to talk a little bit about Twitter. You all know how I feel about it. When Elon bought it last year, I was like, this thing is dead. It's still living. I even said that Twitter is the car in Thelma and Louise. Remember, what happened at the end of Thelma and Louise?
Off the cliff.
They and holding hands, and we're buddies, and we're going over this cliff. And what they didn't show what happened, but what happens when you go over a cliff? Was it the Grand Canyon or someplace? They went?
Yeah, it looked like Grand Canyon.
Right, it was Grand Canyon, and they went off the cliff. There was no net down there to catch them and go, "Ooh, we made it." No, they're gone. So Twitter is that car, and I'm just. Okay, this is it, and Twitter has some more life in it, but not much. Musk has thrown his little tantrum, and he wants to sue Meta because he said Zuckerberg stole his ex-Twitter employees. Meta says they did not. I don't think Meta would hire any employee that still has a non-compete clause or an NDA or whatever it is with Twitter. And once Elon fired those people, they were free agents. They could go wherever they like. Mm-hmm. They have families, houses, mortgages. kids to feed, things to do. Here comes Meta with a job. What you gonna do? Yes, Mr. Zuckerberg, where do you want me to report? Why
Mark,
should they have loyalty to Twitter? Twitter fired them.
okay,
So
yes.
I'm just saying, like, this is Musk throwing out his tantrums because Meta built this thing, and I'm not saying it's the greatest. And you know how I feel about Meta, and Dr. Taji is here, and she can put in that too about how I call it the Death Star. I even put that on Threads and at Zuckerberg and say, "Hey, your nickname is the Death Star." Ha ha ha! But that's what it is.
We've been, I call it the California Hotel, and but they got this right.
Mhm.
This one thing they got right. We got a couple of comments over here.
Yeah,
Mark,
let's get into the discussion.
Mark says, occasionally I make posting errors, but it's strategic. I simply want to emphasize that I am human and fallible just like you.
And that's it. That's what has everybody so excited about Threads is that
Right.
it's conversations. People are talking and sharing their real thoughts and things and going, taking their win. There's a meme with Aretha Franklin when she's performing some BET awards or something, and she just reaches up and snatches off her wig because she's feeling it. She's like, I'm feeling you guys, the audience, we're vibing the energy. Let me take my wig off. That's how I feel. So that's what people are doing on Threads. But let's talk about what's in the room that people are over there selling.
Okay.
We talked about that on Friday.
Right. And people are not liking that. There's one person that I discovered because I never would have discovered her without this. And she said, "What do we call ourselves?" I'm a thready. And so that has been going. And somebody else said, I'm a threadhead. So far I've heard thready and threadheads.
And I use threaders.
Right.
So the terminology will work itself out.
Exactly.
They are self-policing over there because they're tired of Instagram is the place where you present a face. The face of your business, the face of you're an influencer. You got to put on a certain look and you can't show without the makeup or the hair. But see, the thing is, you could do that on Instagram. You could do that. There's nobody stopping you. It's just that it felt in a certain way over there, and now on Threads, everybody just throwing stuff to the wind and quotes and happiness and just things that they want, they want to talk about.
Yeah, this feels more free, and you can come what you said. Let your hair down. You can be without makeup. You can.
It's text, so you don't really have to. You could just say what you want to say.
Right. You feel like, oh, today's Monday or today's Tuesday.
I also see a lot of people on my Facebook. Oh, why don't what's the big deal? Why don't we need Threads? Yeah. And I posted up. I put up like nobody is forcing you to use Threads. Please don't use it if you don't want to. But let the people that are enjoying the thing, the new app, the fun, let us enjoy it because it's a good feeling. We're talking at a cocktail party to new people. Oh my goodness. You're getting to talk to brands. You're getting to talk to, not that we could never do that before. It's just, this is attention. This is a new spot, a new place. And there are some people over there, trying to sell the old way. It may work for them and it may not. But you're going to get more value, be seen and heard when you put out your opinions and respond to the people that respond to you and respond in new threads, new conversations. So the idea of this app is conversations.
Yes, ma'am, because you're going to have a lot of them too.
Okay, Mark
says we needed Threads so that you, unnamed whiner, would have something else to complain about to distract you and us from your miserable life.
So I mean, I've said what I said on Instagram. Please go over to Instagram and, whatever you think, let me know. Or wherever you are, whatever platform, or if you're on Threads, let me know. Because these things are working itself out as far as the new app. What does it have to do with Elon Musk versus Zuckerberg? I've seen all the posts about, one billionaire over another. Get over it. You either use it or you don't.
Mhm.
My take from the very beginning was they already got me. I'm already on Facebook. I'm already on Instagram. If you're on what they already got you in the net as far as your data and this thing about, they get your health and they get no your fight. That's not, you have to opt into that. They're not getting that. And I had to dig deeper in the settings and see if there's a thing that you a toggle or something. I haven't looked at the security settings, but they've already got you. Why are you complaining? You're on Facebook? Did you get on Facebook since what was it, 2010 or earlier? They already got you. They
Right.
asked you a bunch of questions when you join your Facebook. What's your favorite book? What's your favorite meal? What's your favorite drink? What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite this? What's your active
And people gave that up willingly.
willingly. Now we didn't know they were going to use that data against us, and you can I think you can go back in and delete all that stuff. But I'm just saying the game is up. They got me, so I'm like, I might as well go to the new app and get in front of new people, new eyeballs, discovery.
And you're just having people. There was one thread that popped up, and the guy was talking about anybody in here interested in writing or this or other creative type things. And people, we were like, yeah. And I had a suggestion for him where he can find other writers and stuff like that. This was just cool. I don't know him.
Right. It's all happening organically, which is how social media is supposed to be. Now, yes, the bots will come, the scammers will come, the hateful people will come. They're trying to keep news and politics. They're trying to keep the noise down. Like
Right.
if you're a troublemaker and you're trying to come over, they are trying. And I've seen people on Twitter get mad. How dare they kick me out? But you were coming over there to start trouble. We over there, having ice cream and cake. You trying to come and throw mud on us. Stay your butt on Twitter. Stay where you belong. So right now it's fun. Right now, get in on the fun. It's going to change. I know it will, but this is going to be an app that's going to have legs. It's going to stay around. People are still trying to figure out the strategy. So let's talk a little bit about the strategy. This is how I feel about it. It's conversations that convert because there is a link on your profile to Instagram where your system to sell is already over there.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no grabbing people by the throat on Threads. You are having conversations about whatever topic you like. And it's fishing. If you get a bite, say, hey, go check out my Instagram. The link's on my profile. Boop. That's it. But people are so fascinated with selling. And yes, I understand you want to sell and you want sales, but social media is not about sales. It's about conversations, messages that lead to relationship, put them on a customer journey to your system of I have a place where you can go buy the thing that we talked about.
And so you're starting with relationship first.
Yes.
And Threads is excellent for building relationships.
Thread is another thread in the fabric of that
Right.
carpet.
And that's the beginning relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like TJ, you just mentioned, then they can go to your Instagram, and then find out, if you got something else that might interest them a little further.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we have been talking about this for years.
Yeah.
You need to have something to say or something of value. Didn't you talk about value a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, we did. We talked about value. And
well, you got to have something of value for somebody to go over to your Instagram to check out.
See, the thing is, there's a lot. I don't know if you've noticed in the news, there's a lot of stories about mental health. And I think I mentioned this a couple of times that if you're looking for an industry to get into that's going to take off, it's mental health, and not being a professional where you have to be a doctor or certified. Just and the one person that comes to mind is I think Jill from Sound Bath. She
Mm-hmm.
does the bowls.
Right.
She now has a membership.
Yeah. So because once you experience her and the other Jill, there are two Jills.
Yeah, there's two Jills. One, I know one of them does the
The
video
sound
with the,
bowl, and
yes,
the
the
other
sound
one
bowl.
has breathing space. And
Yes.
so the two Jills, they provide you with something you feel more relaxed after you finish a session with them, and you can keep that session going.
Mm-hmm.
You can learn more about things that's going to continue to elevate your mental health.
Right. And now we have apps, the Calm app. There's lots of apps better up where you can talk to I think you can talk to a coach or something about
Right. You can
mental
talk.
health
Some of
issues.
them,
Yeah.
some of them have actual professionals that you can
Yes.
talk to.
Yes. Or they will refer you to, okay, this conversation is getting a little bit out of whatever um experience or level of certification a person has, and they escalate it. But think about why that is. Why are why is there a need for that, and on adult level and children's level? Because that's one of the things about mental health. They talk about the children being on social media and talk about adults. Even there's even one now about the senior citizens that are having issues. And all of this has come from being in the pandemic for the last couple of years. Because before
Mhm.
these apps were there, but there wasn't a big awareness or push to use them because there was no need. We had the pandemic, people were remote working from home. Some still do. That's an isolating situation for some people, and they needed help, and the help was online. Everything was online. So now you have people that like Jill that started before the pandemic. She's doing well because she started before, because this was something that she wanted to do.
Right.
She didn't go, oh, this is a money making thing. There was no money making back then. I mean, you could, but it's more of a focus of, I don't really have to do a lot of explaining about what the value of a sound bowl is. You can go to YouTube. There's lots of the Tibetan bowl thing, the sounds, and talk about sound being a therapy for helping you with things you want to work out or whatever it is. So that's what I mean about the conversations and you doing what you need to do, and you're not selling, because she wasn't selling. She was on there doing, and then she, and we were talking, and then she went to TikTok and she's doing well on TikTok. And then I just said, well, let me go see what she's doing. And I'm like, oh, she got a link. Her call to action is she's got a meditation membership thing where you get, there's more value in her membership. And if
Right.
that's something that you want, because she's giving out the free on TikTok, if you want more of whatever's going on in there, might be more conversations, might be private conversations, might be different things in there. You go and you open that door and you look in. That's her call to action. So that's what happens. So it's not about, well, let me come out and sell, sell, sell. Does that ever work? Does that ever work?
Nope. Because that's the fastest way to get me not to.
Right.
Uh,
Mark has some comments.
yes, Mark
Thank you, Mark.
says, but unlike IG or Instagram, you include working links in your posts, which is nice.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. I forgot. You can put links in your post. I've seen people do YouTube, links to the Instagram, links to the, whatever it is that you want to have people look at.
This
And
is
there's no rule right now. There's no rules about, except for the selling. People don't want the hard sell. I think you could do the soft sell. Soft sell is you talk about different things, and then you gently soft sell to, point to your profile. There's a link in my, if you want to know more, there's a link in my profile, da 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 da.
right. And
Soft
because
sell.
they actually allow you to put a link
Yes.
in there for you can keep the same profile link that you had on Instagram, or you can put a different one.
Right. You can put any link in there. So there's your strategy. Conversations that convert because there's links available inside of the post. There's no DMs yet. That's on the what do you call it? The roadmap that they're working on. But you do have an instant link in your profile where people can go to your Instagram, and you've got your system set up over there to how you want people, to your call to action and how they get into buying or purchasing what you have to offer. So, I mean, I I didn't think this would happen. I was like, there's not gonna be any new app because we talk about apps every Friday. Like, there's not gonna be a new app. Look, Be Real was hot last year and it deflated. Something else was hot and it deflated. So it's like I'm thinking there's what could come and give us this much excitement since we had ChatGPT in November. What could come and give us this excitement? I didn't think it would happen, and here Meta has done it.
Yeah, and we didn't expect Meta to be the one to do it.
No, because they've done so many things before and failed. And also, Threads was an app that they had before, but I think the timing was off, or they was trying to do too many things.
Right, and they changed what they were doing with it, and I think Twitter helped them make up their mind in which way they were going to go.
Yeah, Twitter helped a lot. Twitter helped tremendously. So I think I saw an interview with the Instagram CEO, and he was saying that it was his idea to make it a separate app because everybody else in Meta wanted it to be inside of Instagram. I was like, no. So he said there's too many things in Instagram.
Right.
And I agree.
We've talked about that too, because Instagram, you can go over there and get lost and be, wait, why did I come in this room?
Yeah, you got broadcast channels, you got stories, you got DMs, you got the feed, you got the this and that. So people feel overwhelmed by it. So it's a good tool. It's just that it's the Swiss Army knife, and you don't know what to do with half of the things that's in there until you need it. But here comes along simplicity. Oh, it's the Twitter. It's like Twitter. You understand that. And then people were like, I'm getting on this thing because I missed the boat with Twitter. When Twitter took off, I missed that. I want to be on the action now. So that means more people coming in. They already have an Instagram account. It's tied. It's tied. That was the other grumbling that it was tied. But
I like
you can. I think you can. I think most the Instagram CEO said you can deactivate it on the Thread side because they're tied together.
Yes, but if you delete Threads, you're going to delete your Instagram.
Right. So you don't want to delete your Threads account. Just deactivate it. I think it goes, underground or is not seen or something. So
yeah, nobody would.
Not a big deal, but that was a big complaint. And America's a nation of whiners. That's what I.
And so on the opposite end, because I'm being real positive and everything for the next 24 hours here. I like the fact that I did not have to go post another picture and do it just said push the button and import all of your Instagram bio picture. I was like, oh, this is great. They made it seamless. They made it easy for you to integrate and to start.
Right.
The onboarding process was so simple.
Yes, and here's another thing. If and a lot of people do not have Instagram. It's not as many users on Facebook. We talked about that, and the Facebook demographics skews older. So all of those people were not on Instagram. So they might want to go, okay, well, let me check out this Threads. Oops, I got to get an Instagram first. There's your Instagram. So,
and then here's the thing with that: if they're on Facebook, it's easy to get Instagram because Facebook will help you transition.
Right, they integrated. Yes, so there you have it. Now, I'm not a lover of Facebook or Meta. They're just good tools to use if you have a business. And guess what? Free. The best word.
Well, kind of free because you gave up your information. So
yeah, I mean, you're not paying Twitter Blue $8 a month, or I mean, you can buy the Meta. What is it?
Verification.
Verification is, what is it? $15, something like that.
14.99.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but I'm not.
This is really good. A very good way just to keep and talk to people. I'm talking people I have never met, but have something in common with.
Right.
So this guy, he started the thread. He says, let me look. Let me know if someone you know or someone else on thread is into writing, design, board games, coffee, houseplants, quirky films, and indie music, anything else creative. Anyone else who generally doing cool stuff.
Right.
I'm like,
I'm slipping.
he said, I'm looking for cool people to follow.
Okay.
This does remind me of Twitter back early days, or maybe Google Plus, kind of, where you can.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. The Google Plus. I saw somebody write about this. That, oh, this is just like Google Plus, where it took off and everybody was excited, and then it just, But that's Google. Google picks up a toy and drops it.
Right.
Also, Google Plus was ahead of its time. I'm gonna stick with that.
If
Google Plus came out today, it would get almost the same kind of reaction. If it came out today, it was too early.
Right.
Because back then it was following friends and family.
Right.
Today it's not that. So I saw that comparison that, it's just going to be like Twitter Plus. It's going to be a hype thing and everybody's going to use it and it's just going to die. Well, because Google let it die.
Right. And maybe because the people working at it at that time did not know what they had. It's just it
was ahead of its time. The people that were on Google Plus that loved it.
And just like Twitter had Vines and they let that go. I was like, and then here comes TikTok. So sometimes you just need to hold some stuff in the vault. And I think that's what Instagram did with this. They held threads in the vault.
Right. And again, like I said, they didn't know it was going to be this popular. I mean, they knew, okay, people are going to sign up because you have the Instagram Threads connection. So it's like, well, if we have this many people on Instagram, then we might have that many. But that's not a guarantee of people will like it. People will use it. So,
but they gambled and it paid off. Mark says Google Plus was not as intuitive to navigate, which I think was an obstacle to its overall success.
Right. It wasn't. Threads is easy, dead simple. Open it up, type something. Twitter, same thing. You open it up, type something. Blah blah blah. I don't think the comparisons to Google Plus is warranted. I've seen some people do that, and I'm like, you don't know. Meta didn't know. You don't know what's out there tomorrow. We don't know. We don't know.
And the thing in life is you put out your best work, and if somebody likes it, they will use it. And that's what we're doing here. We're like, oh, okay. Because we have Facebook, we have Instagram. I spend more time here than I do on Instagram. Instagram is a lot. Instagram is work.
Yeah. So there's more simplicity and focus behind conversation and messaging.
Right.
So just keep that in mind. I call it soft selling because there's that connection between the two. And just be yourself. And I said, this is the year of content. So here you go. More content, more things where you hear people on one side, oh my God, another app. I'm so overwhelmed. And I say to them, don't use it.
And I can see how I can put my thoughts in like when I wake up, I'm like, oh, that's an interesting thought. I can write that thought out. If somebody likes it, they can like it or whatever. I don't care. I just had a place to post my thought for the day. And if somebody's interested now on Instagram, I have programs and things or whatever you want to talk about over on Instagram.
Right. because your profile says who you are. What you
Right.
post on Threads, that also gives a look into how your mind works as a business
Right.
and a brand. It can be done. Like I just said, I saw earlier when we first started that there's some playing around between Starbucks, DoorDash, what was the first one?
Cinnabon.
Cinnabon. More brands are gonna. Wendy's is there doing its thing. So whatever kind of style that you have on Twitter and Instagram, you can bring over the Threads and start a conversation
I've
and get
seen
people to join in.
CNN is over there, and I'm like, I don't want to watch news. I could watch news somewhere else, but I know they're there.
Now, one thing I did see that because we have local news. It was called New York NY1, which is all local news. Every 30 minutes is local news, the same news. Spectrum Bottom now is Spectrum NY1. So I still call it in New York 1. So I see them, they're on Threads, and what they posted was good morning. It was a good morning post from yesterday. It said, this is in case you missed it. And it was bullet points of like the story, the main stories in New York from the day.
Now I like that. You understand what I mean? They're not this
So I
just
copied
in.
them. Yeah, I copied them and I put on mine. I said, good morning, Thread. I did this yesterday. I said, good morning, Threaders, in case you missed it. And then I put a couple, like 4 bullet points. Like, this is what happened in social media last week.
I love that because we can get your update. I don't have to go into Discord if I don't want to. I don't have to wait. You know what I mean? If it's on the thread, TJ's thread pops up,
Yeah.
and I'm
So
like,
I copied off their paper. I'm gonna admit it. So if you see somebody's
something that
post on
works.
Thread, go ahead and copy their paper. Copy the paper. So I was like, how does a news organization come on here? Well, give me the news. Give me the news, the bite-sized news, and then I can go, oh, that's interesting. Then I can go watch it. I can go to their website. I can go there. I can go to their Instagram. I can whatever I want to do further.
Mm-hmm.
This is breadcrumbs. I love to use that term, breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs, because here's a little piece of bread. There's another one and another one and another, and at least to where you want them to go. So for Threads for business owners, I say use it. Try to find a little spot to move it in. Because remember, I said, 15 minutes in the morning, go to your where your people hang out, interact, do whatever you want to do. So this is another place for discovery, to get in front of some new eyeballs, to see what the pulse of the conversation is around your industry when searching comes, when hashtag comes. All of those things are coming. A follower feed. I hope that's the first thing, because that's the one thing that frustrates me with Thread. When it was a couple of times I went in, I was like, what is this mess? I don't want to see these conversations. And I'm gonna tell you, it was like, okay, with sports, which I like sports, but I'm like, I don't want to see that in my Threads. Then there was other stuff from like the shade room type of places where there's gossip and this and that on people I don't know. I'm like, I don't want that.
Right. And
Meta.
and I think you'll be able to curate your feed.
Yes.
Like we do on
right. Because see, I want to see people that I specifically follow. I don't want to see conversations that's going on. If that's your jam, then yeah, follow those people. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. So yeah, so I want to follow the people that I want to follow that talk about the things that I like talking about. And then when the search comes, I can search for things that, hey, what are they talking about in this industry, or what are they talking about here? And then I can see the conversations that's going on. So this is a good research tool too.
I saw your urban farmer. Remember we talked about the urban farmer? He was he does gardening and plants or something, and he was on there asking about who's into growing vegetables and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is good.
See, conversations that convert.
And conversations are probably the thing that is going to convert. You know, you have a conversation with somebody, you probably buy from somebody because of the conversation that you had,
Yes,
not because they are pumping the ad at you. You had a conversation with people.
right. So here, I want to leave before we leave this thought. It doesn't matter what your personal judgment is about social media. A
Correct.
business owner, you need to get in front of people so they can know, like, and trust you, so they can get to know you. Well, here you go. Step one, you need to be on this as a business owner. Well, what do I say? What? Be yourself. Hey guys, I'm new here. I don't know what to say. What should we talk about? Or are you interested? Or ask questions. You want feedback? Ask a question.
Right. And Dr. Tachi has a comment. She says, absolutely, the conversations are key. It's not about just posting photos and video.
That's it. You want to do that? You can, but that's mainly done on Instagram. So I see people are sharing their threads to Instagram, and like Mark brought up, thank you, Mark, for reminding me about the links. You could put a link to anything if you frame it correctly. Not buy my on sale this week. No, we want a conversation about the behind the scenes, or why you made this product, or why you started your business, or why like this, or you're on your morning walk and here's the flowers and whatever, and you tie it into your business.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to start out on a personal level from you. And somebody said something and I agreed with it. They were like, there's a person behind the brand. There's people behind the brands. They're
Right.
not just brands. P&G, there's somebody behind it. So a corporation like P&G that has several consumer brands, there's not a brand manager. There's a person that's the head of the brand, that the captain of I call him the captain, but there's a name for it. It's not coming to me right now. But every brand has a captain that steers the boat for the brand. That person is on somewhere, and they're looking at things in front of the boat. They're looking at things because they're the captain. They're steering the boat. So that's a person. They're on LinkedIn. They're on Threads. They're somewhere. And if you say something that connects with them, they're going to see it,
Yep.
and the conversation will start.
Yep.
So there's a person behind it. There's a person in every brand. It's not just the brand. There's a I can't it's not brand manager. It's something else that they have official title, and they are the person that steers the brand as far as conversation, as far as brand identity, brand, all of that stuff. So that person is online. Why wouldn't they be online? Most likely they're on LinkedIn. So there you go. If you're trying to get the attention of a brand, then that's where you need to be. They might be on Instagram. Most likely, if they're a good brand manager, they're looking everywhere. So I'm just saying, I've seen a lot of talk about, oh wow, why should I be on this another app to steal my attention? I'm overwhelmed. I can't take it. Then no,
Okay. We get to control ourselves, right?
don't.
No, nobody has told you you had to pick up the phone and put it in your hand.
So I'm saying carve out a little bit of time for threads. It doesn't have to be all day, every day. It's new. It's very addictive. Everybody's saying this is their number one app on their phone now. Because the with the iPhone, when you wake up, they say, hey, you're always in this at 8 o'clock in the morning. So here you go. That's it. So I mean, those are my thoughts on threads and far as strategy, conversations that convert, but conversations, authenticity. This is the know part of know, like, and trust. This is the know stage. How do
This,
they know you?
we get to know you. We get to know who you are, what you like, based on the conversation that you leave on threads.
Now, here's a caveat that I always tell about every social media platform: beware of TMI.
Oh, you mean don't if you don't want it out there, don't tell it.
You don't want it out there. Okay, and I remember that Gary Vaynerchuk always says this, that he gets a question about, oh, I'm a private person. How can I be on social media? He says, I'm a private person. He says, you don't know anything about my personal life other than his mother and father because they're on. You know, his dad is doing things on his videos, his mom sometimes, but you've never seen a picture of his children. I think he has 2 kids. He's never shown a picture of his wife. He's never talked about her. I think her name was he might have mentioned her like in video number 1, like 10 years ago.
You only
So,
share what you want to share.
right. But he shared a little bit more now because I think he hasn't talked about it, but now he has a girlfriend. So that I'm assuming that he's gotten a divorce if he has a girlfriend. So he talked about her once, and that was it. But he doesn't show like the pictures of his kids or this, my son is graduating from the 5th grade, whatever. He doesn't do
He
that.
doesn't do that.
He talks
And
about him, his business, his dad,
his
sometimes his mom,
brother.
and his brothers and sisters. So there's the thing about too much information. What do you not want to be and live forever on your
On the
social media
internet.
platform? Don't put it there. So
It's probably better than not to put too much. Just,
yeah.
stuff you're
So
not.
this
Think of it this way: will you regret this? Will you regret whatever it is that you're putting on there?
right. So think of Threads as a place to start conversations, to ask questions, to get research information. That's what I use Twitter for, was research.
Right, because
So
okay, so you can do what is it called when you're doing a focus group?
you can ask a question and you're going to get answers.
Hmm.
And if you don't get an answer, ask another question. Keep going. Or nobody's like, give it time. But you gotta put it out and you have to jump into other conversations in order to be seen. You can't just post and go, well, nothing's happening. You have to post and you have to look at what other people are saying when they ask a question and when they're, giving a thought, whatever. You reply. You can reply with text, you can reply with video, you can reply with gifs or gifts. I love to do that. I love it on Threads. I'm always responding with it. Let me put a
Let me find a GIF. Yeah.
yeah. And it's not integrated inside of Threads yet. What you have to do is this is what I do. I go to Giphy, whatever the app is called, and I just copy and paste it into Threads. So there's no like, when you go to Twitter, if you want to put in a GIF, there's a button that says it, and you just that button isn't there in Threads yet. So that's another thing I want from Threads.
Yeah, but you know what? I like the fact that I can copy and paste into it. You
Right.
know what I mean? Because a lot of times you can't copy and paste. You got to upload and do some other
Right.
stuff.
So I saw I think Mosari said something about saving the gift to your camera roll. I'm like, I don't want to save it. I got too much stuff there already. I
Copy
do
and
want to
paste.
copy and paste. So
Right.
that works.
Mark says, and now TJ will close with a musical number from her hit cabaret show, T Jingling. Use of recording and photographic devices is prohibited. And the
Funny.
Dr. Tachi says, what you put out there lives forever.
Agreed.
And Mark commented on Dr. Tachi's post, like their THEIR versus their THURE when there is no edit button. We will never forget, Tachi. Never. This is
I'm just laughing because let's have fun with it.
right. And
I'm not over analyzing it.
It's very easy. And I know some people were looking and waiting on the other shoe to drop. I'm like, this is good.
We're going to see what it's going to do. Let it play out.
And I believe they're going to do this one well and just leave it be. Just,
it has legs and we're going to see where it goes.
Right.
So, and again, if it's too much for you, I can't take another app, then don't.
It's okay.
But if you're a business owner, opportunity to get in front of what? New eyes.
Here's the thing too. If it's too much for you, maybe you drop a different app and pick up this one
Good
because
idea.
this one is simple. I have not seen an app this simple.
Yeah. And
in
if
a
you
long
don't like
time.
it, if you try it and you don't like it, drop it.
Exactly.
Go where your people are. But these are new eyes, is all I'm saying. These are new eyes to get in front of your business, your brand, to talk about it, and to have a soft sell or a soft point to your Instagram profile where you've got everything set up for the sell, for the sale.
Hmm.
So I've seen lots of people, oh, the thread strategy, blah blah blah. It's new, it's early days. My only strategy is that this is a new place for attention. Name of the game is attention. This is a new place.
For
Go
the
to the new
attention.
place, the new restaurant. Hey, I heard the new restaurant. Da, 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 da. Let's get in.
This restaurant is nice. They got nice ambiance. The
Mm-hmm.
food is good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
there's lots of customer service.
Yeah. So you don't have to be there if you don't want to. But if you want to be there, go over there and check it out. See if you like the ambiance of the new restaurant. If you don't go back. Delete the app and you're good.
And when you get there, if you are not already there, you can follow us on Bizchicks because Bizchicks has a thread.
Ooh.
So yeah, I have it on my other phone, but I was like, oh, okay. So any Instagram account can have a threads account.
Yeah. There you go. So I'm searching now.
Yes. So Bizchicks is over there.
And I'm there. Terry Johnson online everywhere.
Right. And then and TJ, you got your name on threads and not having to share it with, have to split your personality being on Twitter.
There. And actually what I did was I changed my profile on threads to be a little different from Instagram. I'm always changing it. So, but that's just me. You don't have to. And just go over there and talk. Say what you gotta say. And let me know what you think about the post, my last post that I put up. It says reminder, and it's on. I'm talking Instagram now. I got to specify. So on Instagram, I haven't put it anywhere else yet. I will, only because I want to put out this view of you don't have to follow what's popular if you don't
Mm-mm.
want to. You don't have to be on threads if you don't want to. I'm just
And I'm
saying, good business practices. Hey, new place.
and
I
I
want to
wasn't following for the popularity. I was because I'm doing it for the ease of use.
see what's going on. I want to see what people are talking about. And
Mhm.
that's it. That's all I can say about it. So everybody has an opinion. So there you go. But you definitely want to be on threads to see. And if not, then it's okay. It's okay. Hang out where your people are, stay where you're comfortable. So, but I just see a lot of, negativity about the app and this and that. And I'm not saying Meta is perfect, it's not. But we know the problems that Meta has. We've talked about them all the way back to Cambridge Analytica. What was that 2015, 2014? Something like that. But you're all still on Facebook. You're all still on Instagram. You're all still using WhatsApp. Why not use Threads?
Yeah, it might help you.
That's all I'm saying. They already got my data. A lot of places got your data. What you gonna do? You can delete every app off your phone is what you can do. But nobody's doing that. But they want to
No.
complain about this and that and that. And I agree, there should be some privacy things in there, but you have to go, what do I want to share? Where do I want to be? What do I want to use? And that's it. That's all I have to say today.
Well, thank you. Um, like we said, follow us on Threads on BizChicks. You can follow us on BizChicks. You can join the BizChicks community by going to biz to 33777, or you can go to bizchicks.net. But to have a conversation with us and to do some just sharing your thoughts, hit us up on Threads. We're looking forward to having that conversation with you.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow, make sure you follow TJ, okay? Because, she brings us all this great stuff. You can go to terryjohnsononline.com/info. If you're on Instagram and Threads, you can find her on Threads.
Yep. And Terry Johnson online everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere.
So we will be back tomorrow with Coach Karen. And then again on Thursday with Robin Shimizu talking all about your happy, healthy habits. Friday, we will be back. I'm sure we're going to have some more info on the social media marketing with I'm called Dr. TJ, Dr. Tachi, and Terralina and myself with the Tech Life Weekly. Come back, join us, and we will see you again real soon. Remember, always remember, we're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so that you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. So we will see you next time. Bye-bye.